yang bubble. Jaya, hari ini kami akan memberikan pertandingan yang seru dan unik, di mana ada salah satu player yang cukup tenar di Indonesia juga, dan pada turnamen bulan sebelumnya dia menjadi juara pada PTC 18 live tournament yang ketiga di Binus International JWC Campus, dan lawannya adalah Isya Apriliansyah. Player yang cukup muda, datang dari Indonesia dan sangat aktif untuk mengikuti acara-acara kegiatan, dan kita akan melihat bagaimana pertandingan antara kedua player ini yang salah satunya cukup veteran dan satunya cukup new player dan cukup muda bertanding di dalam atas stage. Jadi kalian yang ingin menonton silakan duduk di bawah. Ada kursi-kursi yang kosong, masih banyak yang kosong, dan kalian yang ingin ikut bermain dalam Pokemon jangan sungkan-sungkan, bisa langsung saja datang kepada salah satu player, bisa kenalan langsung, bisa hahaha, dan kami akan dengan senang hati mengajarkannya kepada kalian. Dan ada juga 3 wanita cantik, kalau misalnya mau modusin juga boleh, mau belajar apa namanya, Pokemon ya, Pokemon juga boleh. Nah, without further ado, let's get on to the battle. We have Isya Apriliansyah on your left hand side with Cornell Adyas on your right hand side, with Isya bringing a rather unique team with Slowbro, Grand Ball, Incineroar, which is the meta game nowadays, an Edge/Mimikyu, and also Tapu Fini. While iBoy, which is Cornell Adyas on your right hand side with 5-0 on the Swiss rounds, is bringing his Tapu Koko, Landorus, Amoonguss, Snorlax, Incineroar also, and also Gardevoir. While on your left hand side, we have 2 unique Pokemons in this format VGC 2018. We have Slowbro and also Grand Ball, which both has a good defensive and also a good coverage type, which Slowbro. But one of the unique Isya is bringing actually 2 war type Pokemon with Slowbro and Tapu Fini, which both has basically similar roles in the team. While iBoy bringing an all-round team, which a lot of meta Pokemon such as Tapu Koko, Landorus, and also Incineroar. And we have a double Intimidate also from Cornell, and we'll see how Isya will take care of this match. And here's the handshake between both players, and without further ado, let's get on to the battle. We have the leads starting off from Cornell Adyas, bringing off. Okay, so Isya is bringing off his Mimikyu and also Grand Ball onto the field, while Cornell is bringing his Incineroar and also Amoonguss onto the field. A rather unique lead from both of these 2 players. It comes onto the Grand Ball and also Mimikyu, which is fairly a physical type attacker, will be affected by Intimidate, and also the Grand Ball will affect that Incineroar, which is also affected by Intimidate, reducing the attack by 1 stage. And right now, Mimikyu is in a really good position with no potential or fake out pressure from the, and also a 3-1 substitution on the turn 1. Mimikyu can literally do anything, but probably not and fake out, and the Spore is coming onto the Mimikyu, going to make that sleep all round for this 1 turn. And Grand Ball is ranged, cannot do any move, and so right now Isya has used turn 1 without launching or landing any hits onto Cornell Adyas Pokemon. Well, right now Cornell Adyas is in a really good position with that pressure from that. Amoonguss can potentially hit another Spore onto the Grand Ball or even into the Mimikyu slot if Cornell Adyas decides to predict that the Mimikyu is going to be switched on the next turn. And the Incineroar can land a handful of damage onto the Grand Ball and also to the Mimikyu, of which Cornell's choice, which is really good position. But Mimikyu is being sent back, going to send that Incineroar double Intimidate -2 on that Incineroar, which will reduce the attack by 2 stages by now. And Amoonguss doesn't really care about Intimidate, and Roar is being withdrew, so the Intimidate a bit of a base. And then Tapu Koko, Shiny Tapu Koko is being sent in, going to set up the electric terrain with that electric surge. And right now Grand Ball is Amogus is using the Rage Powder to redirect any attacks from that Granbull, and Granbull using an Ice Fang super effective hit onto the Amogus, but not that doesn't have a lot of damage even with that Live Orb. And that is why Amogus is one of the top tier Pokemon in this format, with that high bulky and also a good amount of move pools with a good bulk spread. And Amogus decided being weak through with that regenerated ability, going to gain a 30% of its health. And Intimidate is going to set off into these two physical Pokemon. Isya is not looking that good with that protect from the Tapu Koko, going to protect from that potential fake out. The fake out pressure is going to the Tapu Koko, and Granbull is using another Ice Fang onto the non-very effective, and -1 also onto that. It's been about the freeze or the frozen. The Incineroar got frozen, but the doesn't really matter because most of the Incineroar is using or bringing a Flare Blitz, which will have the secondary effect. If Flare Blitz is being used during a freeze, it will thaw up immediately. So even though it's the freeze is that doesn't look that good, and the Volt Switch from Cornell going to hit that off with the Incineroar a good amount of chip damage, going to reduce the health and also being switched back. I wonder what's going to be next, and probably another Snorlax is going to come in. Snowbro is going to come in and Flare Blitz from the Incineroar without any minus, and Flare Blitz is going to hit 25 HP left from the Granbull, but the low kick going to super effective damage onto the Incineroar, but does not really get scared. Apriliansyah -2. This still does not pick up the KO, but the Citrus Berry going to munch away and heals itself by 50% HP with that pinch. Really looking bad for by Isya. If that picks up the KO, it will be surely a good advantage for Isya to be bringing into the next turn. But sadly, but at least the information that he knew that the Incineroar is bringing a pinch berry, and he probably wants to chip damage the Incineroar next time, and then he can make sure a land one hit KO before that Incineroar is eating or munching the berry away and regain its health, which is making Isya's life or game a bit more difficult to turn around, especially Cornell is having the upper side of the game right now. Granbull is being sent back, going to send off that slow roll by Isya. And you have the low kick that's not very effective, but the high is all super effective onto that Incineroar. Isya is not looking that good, and Cornell with that Amogus and also Incineroar and so Snorlax is having a pretty much good in-game Pokemon right now inside the arena, and Slowbro and Snorlax can use it, peel a go off with Belly Drum and maximize its attack on this turn and makes a clean sweep on the next few turns. But Slowbro right now, can it make a change? For example, like I don't know, a Side Shock or a Psychic onto the Amogus and make sure that the Amogus will. Amogus is so bulky, it's really hard for making to hit Amogus with a one-hit KO. And Granbull is going to be sent in once again right now, going to intimidate that Snorlax. Now with the Bell Drum maximizing its attack, it's not only raising it by 6 but raising it to the max attack, but it's being decided to stand back, going for the intimidate with that Incineroar once again. And they just keep changing that Pokemon once they have the upper hand onto in this field. And right now Slowbro is going to make a evolve with the Slowbro Knight and going to hit that Mega Slowbro with that Shell Armor ability with no super effective damage can be hit onto that Slowbro, and the Slush Ball going to pick up the KO onto the Granbull. Right now Cornell is leading with one Pokemon, and right Speed going to the it's a huge hit onto that Amogus and can make sure that it will be fainted on the next turn if Cornell doesn't do anything much. And Incineroar is going back once again, going to land off that Intimidate onto the opponent's corner Incineroar, which is the meta game right now, the #1 used Pokemon in the ladder. With that, the fake out move with the fake out pool, and also there is a good typing with that Dark and Fire, a good coverage. There's a knock off Flare Blitz Protect. It's just too good for your team not to use Incineroar right now, especially with that Intimidate ability, of course. Incineroar is just use a fake out pass does not land a hit onto the onto the Incineroar, and the Spore going to make the slow boost lose around for one until the next 3 turns, and with that flinch, the Incineroar cannot do anything much in this turn as well, and probably on the next turn it will be pick up will be knocked out. So not looking good for Isya, but Cornell is especially with that Amoonguss being sent back, going for that Tapu Koko and also regenerate the ability, so double win for Cornell here, setting up the electric terrain, which is a good move, and there's a knockoff going for that Incineroar, going to knock it off, and and knock off the Zaltas as well, so it's a good information for Cornell to have to bring onto the game too. While Cornell is having 4 Pokemon which still has a relatively good health with Mimikyu, the Pokemon that's being sent out on the lead, and I don't think we have seen it in the few rounds, in the few turns, and it's being sent back as his last resort for this round. And both Pokemon is asleep right now, so Tapu Koko and also Incineroar can easily pick up a good hit or land a good hit onto these 2 Pokemon, but Mimikyu still have 1 substitute left, but it's going to be really hard for Mimikyu to sleep off the rest of the Pokemon. Slowbro is being threatened by these 2 Amoonguss and also Tapu Koko. The Tapu Koko uses Thunderbolt, 50% boost from electric terrain, enough to pick up that KO, so the information for Isya to have not to have inside the arena for that long in the same round, in the same arena as a Tapu Koko. Because with a Thunderbolt in the electric train, it's going to bring a clean hit, 1-hit KO onto that Mega Slowbro, and you don't want to lose a Mega Pokemon early in the game as well, and you don't want to lose a Mega Pokemon so easily. And Mimikyu, the match decides to be forfeited, and so Cornell Adyas wins the first round. We are going on to the game 2 right now, with Cornell Adyas going strong. He's really good in the game just now. Isya, on the other hand, decides to play around with his Pokemon, a lot of switch-ins, a lot of adjustments he needs to make in this game too. But overall, he made a good game or a good read, but it seems that Cornell has a higher ability to read over-reading or over-predicting Isya's move, and he just controls the game. He's on the driver's seat throughout the whole game right now. So Isya is going to need some adjustments, especially that Slowbro does not look that well, but it's actually having a good advantage against an Incineroar or even an Amoonguss with that super effective Ice Beam, but might as well the God of War, or even like Isya brings off a lot of other Pokemon, for example the and we are going to the game 2, with the lead going to be revealed in a moment after this, and the white screen is still on. Right, that's a gorgeous lady, the gorgeous lady by Iowa, which is actually guy decides to change the lead for a bit with the Incineroar and also Tapu Koko from Cornell Adyas, fake out pressure, and also Incineroar and also Mimikyu from Isya's side, fake out pressure as well. And with the Lord Intimidate is probably going to be a good hint or a good sign for Isya, thinking that alright, my Incineroar is a bit slower, so I do not want to risk a fake out right now. I probably going want to switch in into something that has a better matchup against Tapu Koko and also Incineroar such as Granbull, for example, or even Granbull as well. For example, if he decides to bring one, but Mimikyu right here is essentially free to do anything in this very first turn with no sport coming, no potential sport coming out. No potential sport coming out from Cornell's Adyas side in compared to game 1 where there's an Amoonguss but coming on, which is the Snorlax going to be stand out in this first turn. The knock off going to knock it off. The Mimikyu, this guy is going to be so no more substitute right now. No fake out in this turn. A focus sash is being knocked off and the knock off once more onto that Incineroar and the Mango Berry. So no more Pink Berry, which is a good move by Isya, and the Trick Room is up. But Snorlax is on the field and probably is the slowest Pokemon. So Cornell with that switch in is a really good switch in. And he can safely use a Bell Drum and maximize its attack on this turn. So guys, if you have any questions or you are interested in any games of this Pokemon, just feel free to drop a hi to the staff, and we'll be happily teach you some Pokemon mechanics or some basic Pokemon games for you to join in our next event, probably in the last chance qualifier or in the grand final tournament, which will be held on June later on. And going back onto the game, we have the Toad, which is the Amoonguss like a Pokeball, going to be sent out again, the shiny one. And Tapu Fini is being sent off in favor for a better matchup against these two Pokemon. The Loki is going to be super effective, but does not pick up the KO onto the Incineroar, and the Flare is going to be the Mimikyu slot just now. Smartly, Isya is going for the Tapu Fini, and with that leftovers hardly get any damage from the turn before. And right now, with a double hit probably, for example like an Ice Beam and also Flare Blades onto the Amoonguss slot, it probably can easily potentially pick up a hit onto the Amoonguss, which proven to be one of the most dangerous Pokemon for Isya in this match. Both players are thinking which of the next best move is going to be sent out, but Cornell decides to send off the Snorlax once more, especially inside this Trick Room. The Rage Power is coming out, so a more rather defensive rather than offensive. But right now, Flare Blitz going on for Amoonguss. We will see how much damage it will hit. Not even 50, a little bit more than 50%, and Nature Madness is actually going to hit onto that Amoonguss, so going to half that HP. But it's proven to be one of the first, probably a bad decision, as the Amoonguss decides to punch that very way and burns off 50% of its HP, and leaves off with a rather healthy mission. But in this turn, Cornell can also decide to, I don't need my Amoonguss anymore, I'll just go for the Rage Powder, and after that I'll go for a Bell Drum, and then with this Bell Drum I can hit off a lot of Pokemon and threatens a lot of Pokemon, for example like a high horsepower onto the Mimikyu, onto the Incineroar, and also return or even a Double Edge onto the Tapu Fini, and also for his last Isya Pokemon. As we see, the Rage Powder is coming out again from the Amoonguss, and the Bell Drum is going to come out, going to 50% at HP, but does not eat the berry. But the low kick is going to hit that Nature Madness is going to hit that Amoonguss is going to halve that HP, and leftovers a bit healing off from that Tapu Fini. It's a bit unique or strange, I should say, that the belly drum is being used, but usually you always set the HP from the Snorlax to be even. So when you use a belly drum and then the yellow bar activates the Pinch Berry, which has the boost from the gluttony, so 50% count activates and then releases the HP onto the full heart. But this seems not to be the case right now. But the critical hit, and right now it's the Peach Berry. Aqua Berry and also high horsepower is going to connect onto the Incineroar, picks up the KO with that high bulkiness and high attack, and the Twisted Dimension returns to normal, so it's proven to be the Trick Room. It's a double-edged sword for Isya, as the Snorlax is Cornell's answer to a potential Trick Room which will be set up, and it's actually true, it's set up by Isya. Snorlax is his last resort for Isya right now. He can potentially go for a Mega Pokemon, right? A Mega Pokemon decides to use some Calm Minds, but with that sport pressure onto both of these Pokemon, Isya is not really free on what to do in this very next turn. Alright, Slowbro is going to Mega Ball. Houston using that special attack, using that all of its stats by a total of 100 HP, 100 base stats, and the Rage Cutter. Non-score actually is coming off from that Amoonguss, and Shadow Claw going to connect onto that Mimikyu. Mimikyu is going to connect, but does the piece of the KO, and high horsepower once again going to hit off that Mimikyu, picks up the KO onto that Mimikyu, and right now going to left off with only Tapu Fini and also Slowbro, but this time to go for another Trick Room, which makes this Snorlax going to be the fastest Pokemon on the field once more. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure on what Snorlax or even Isya's intention by going for that Trick Room, especially knowing that Snorlax is the slowest Pokemon on the field right now. Incineroar is being stand back once more, going to go for that Intimidate, which does already commanded for these two Spectral type attackers Pokemon. And also the Ice Beam is going to connect onto the Amoonguss Lodge before onto the Incineroar. No freeze right now, Body Slam, class 6, not going to be able to hit, and also a critical hit onto that Tapu Fini. So probably this match will be over and also will be taken by Cornell Adyas by a score of 2-0. That's actually doing pretty much a good amount of attacks and also plays, but it seems that Cornell is a bit upper hand again on the game 2. Cornell, Isya does not really make any good adjustments. With a plastic, turns out that Slowbro still survives, and you know what? With a 55% HP left, it's pretty hard for Slowbro to take on the game and defeat Cornell. And the Slack Off is going to be set off once again. Well, actually on the Trick Room is the fastest Pokemon, but the Body Slam, which is the Snorlax neck, is going to hit off more than 50%. And the knock off super factor on these Pokemon, and that's the game stat and match by Cornell Adyas, winning the game by 2-0 and on the fast road track. And on the fast road track to winning his second trophy in this PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018. So that's right now, guys. I'm probably after this will be going on to the break. So do not kita bukan live kan? Terus ngapain gua ngomong kayak kita ada ngomong ya? Oke. We'll be going on to the break after this, and we'll be streaming on the next game is the top 4 game between other players you may know. So stay tuned and be in the Kalbis Institute lobby.